Hi, this is Garrett Call, also known as TechWizard123 on YouTube, and today I'm going to be talking about Ubuntu Linux repositories. Basically, what a repository is there's actually different kinds of Linux repositories. First of all, repositories are basically storage for software. So if you go into Ubuntu, you'll see a software center, right? That's basically a repository database, theoretically. And what it does is it's storing software. And this software is, say, your voice capture software, which I'm using right now, or your internet browser, or let's say your video editor. So all those things are in your repositories or these lists. Now Ubuntu has servers which have archives, which basically is kind of a repository. Repositories, there's four repositories. There's main repository component, which is officially supported software. Then there's another repository component is restricted. And restricted is supported software that is not available under a completely free license or like a GPL license. Another repository component is universe, which is a community maintained software. For example, not officially supported software. Now then there's multiverse repository, which is software that's not free. Okay? Now basically, these things are all these different kinds of software. Now, what Ubuntu does is has a server, and this server is holding archives on it. And Ubuntu, you're using it on your desktop. And if you run, say, in terminal, you run sudo apt-get update. And when you're running sudo apt-get update, it basically is updating the repositories in server side on Ubuntu archives. So basically, it's retrieving the repositories and updating and replacing your repositories from your side, so client side. So changing both server side and client side, and then those server side repositories are being updated constantly. Every time a new version of Ubuntu or other flavors of Linux come out, it's updating the repositories on their server side, and then therefore updating client side repositories. Um, so I have a little bit of cold, that's why I'm coughing. But theoretically, these repositories make it so that Linux does not get viruses as much as any other operating system would, because the way that Windows handles their repositories, they don't have repositories. They basically have repositories all over the world. Okay? Some of the repositories, like if you wanted to say like time.windows.com is retrieving the time, so theoretically it's a repository, but it's not like software. So and you don't like update from a thing. You get updates like you update your .NET framework and stuff, but you don't update, your repositories to like Linux does. So you get updates for things, but they're all separate updaters. That's why Windows runs a little bit more laggy than say Ubuntu, because Ubuntu does all their software updates all on one thing, and it just gathers all the archives, bam, and installs, right? Windows gathers them from different sources on the internet, from different clients. So you're using multiple clients to update multiple different products, which is crazy the way they do that. Um, Only Windows stuff like Internet Explorer, .NET Framework, Windows Movie Maker, stuff like that, stuff that's made by Windows gets updated through Windows repositories. Okay. I'm not even sure if they call them repositories. I guess they'd be called archives, just like Ubuntu. But all in all, the way that they handle that is in Windows, when you get a virus, it's basically people creating them in the world and developing them and putting them inside programs that you open, or malware from the internet. So the things that you download, you open, you do is your fault. That's the only way you get viruses. Otherwise, if you have a computer that's not hooked up to the internet, I mean, if you just run standard Windows updates, don't run it on the internet, you will never get a virus. It doesn't happen because you're not taking from the internet. So the internet is the cause of these viruses. A way to stop this is to get Ubuntu, okay? Or a lot of people say Linux is no viruses and stuff like that. It's because people don't create them for Mac. Okay, I don't know if that's the full story. I'm not a Mac user, so I can't really, don't take my word on that. But Linux does not have virus protection. I mean, there's Firestarter, but other than that, you don't have, that's just a firewall thing. There's no virus protection stuff. Now, I could be wrong. I think there might be a virus protection out there, but it won't, it doesn't matter. All your stuff is getting it from Canonical. Okay, and how you spell Canonical, I will never remember, so I have to look it up right now. Canonical is Canonical, partners. Okay, basically, so provided by Ubuntu, and then Canonical partners are all that stuff. And then you have open source development, so from people developing these products. Now those have to go through Canonical partners or Ubuntu, and then those two things check it to make sure it can go into the repositories. Then they put it in the archives, and then it can be released to the public. Okay? So that's the way it works. So everything has to be checked. So you can't really get a virus unless you make a virus on your own and then run it on your computer, or someone sends you a virus through the computer. So just don't be stupid and open those kind of things, because, anyone who's reading this right now probably is a computer user or a computer person, so they probably would know that. Otherwise, that's just my 2 cents on repositories. So see you later. I might do another post on Ubuntu Compiz effects, which I actually made a video for, but I haven't released yet. I'm still editing some stuff, so that will be out there in a couple seconds. I sound kind of nasally still. Can't stand that. In 10.04, they've added, it's already out right now, but they've added Gwibber. Well, they didn't really add, but it's kind of like there now. Now it's default. It's like with the install. I'm running social broadcasts and Skype right now on my thing. But 10.10 is coming out October 12th, so I'm gonna jump to 10.10. Whenever I try to update to the beta of 10.10, it doesn't work. I tried it on my netbook, I tried it on my desktop, it does not like 10.10. I will not know the reason of beta. Probably something either I'm doing wrong or it just does not like my hardware. I don't know. So I'm just going to wait till October 12th. They'll probably fix a couple bugs, that people are sending in to them, and it'll be perfect by release, and I'll get 10.10. For now, 10.04 is all I really need. I looked at a couple sites, and 10.10 doesn't look to have anything better than 10.04, so it's not like really I'm gaining anything. So anyways, that's my 3 cents, because I kind of went over 1 cent, because I kind of talked about something else. But anyway, bye.